Hey everybody, we
Hey,
just sat down with Candace Barbie here at the Grove in Glasgow, Kentucky, and she has talked to us all about their 2025 season and some behind the scenes information. We think you'll love to hear. Join us. We are so excited to be here with you today at the Grove in Glasgow, Kentucky. We have enjoyed live music here, and so we're super excited about coming and letting you kind of share with us what's happening for the 2025 season,
Yes.
maybe some behind the scenes things. It's a glorious day to be outside.
So beautiful.
And
Absolutely
this
perfect.
day seems to be, a great intro to how amazing the 2025 season will be, we think, for you.
Well, let's hope so.
So when do you begin, and who all do you have coming?
Our first show will be on April 19th this year. We've got Buffalo Wobbs and the Price Hill Hustle and them Cooley Boys will be playing. And then we've got 2 more shows towards the end of April. On April 25th, which is a Friday, I'm partnering up with an artist out of Cincinnati named Noah Smith. We're going to have 12 different songwriters here for his crooner circus that he kind of takes throughout like the tri-state area. So we've got some local folks on that bill, which I kind of threw in, and then he's got some people that he's bringing in. So just like a cool, fun, collaborative effort to do just like a really neat singer-songwriter night here. And then April 26th, we have a co-bill with Fireside Collective and Armchair Boogie. People are really excited about that one. It's going to be a barn burner.
That sounds like a great, duo night, if you will. And I love the crooner circus.
Yes.
That's so fun.
I think it's such a cool concept and such a neat name, too.
It is.
Like, that's a great idea.
It's like, who wouldn't want to go?
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about like what you all do here. And kind of, I know it's hard to encapsulate things like that, but give us kind of the shakedown.
Sure. Well, we are a independent, locally owned, all ages, all inclusive music venue and event space. Our first priority is, the music events, obviously, but I have just continually wanted to make this a communal space that everyone can share. That's why our tagline is now where music meets community, because outside of, the music events, which I'm obviously very passionate about and can talk about all day long, we also have a really great couple different things that we're doing, like partnering with the library for Tales in the Treehouse again. We did that last year, once a week all throughout the summer. They had the little kids over in the other section of the treehouse and did story time and little crafts down at the tables. We're doing more yoga this year. I'm really expanding on our yoga programming. So at least once a month from the interest generated in the community. That's probably going to be more than once a month, but going to be doing a lot of that. Hopefully some sustainability related events as well. All that's kind of in the works, but yeah, that's what we do.
Super fun. And how long have you all existed?
5 years. This was a COVID project, oddly enough. My boss, Jason, he and his family own the collective property, and Jason was a geologist in his past life and mapped out the property because he was bored because they had to close Ralphie's down for a little while, obviously. And he noticed all of this space back here, and it was just a thicket at the time. So very much, a Phoenix Rising scenario where something really, really beautiful came out of a horrible time. So it's kind of cool how it all came about.
And you mentioned Ralphie's. This is Ralphie's adjacent.
Yes.
If you know about Ralphie's Fun Center, right, then you'll notice, you may have never noticed the trees behind the center, but this is where we're sitting right now. And we're actually sitting in one of the 2 tree houses you mentioned.
Yes.
They're lovely.
Thank
we
you.
have
they did a great job with it.
Yeah, and then you all below the tree houses are like porch swings for people to sit if they choose to.
People love those.
You all have how many fire pits?
There are 3 fire pits. There's one directly down below there. There's one kind of towards where I'm pointing, and then one towards the far left side of the venue as well.
So most nights when people come for music, the fire pits are going, or every night?
Just about every night. Jason loves a fire.
Yeah.
So it gets like to a certain time of day. He's like, all right, it's fire time.
Yeah.
He goes and lights the fires.
And then you have
people love them. Though.
You have the big stage. Mm-hmm. You have multiple bars.
Yes.
You have just lots of common spaces where people can gather and bring their own chairs. You also have tables that people can reserve.
Yes. For certain shows, I do that. Just about all of them. But you just pay like a single price in addition to your ticket price, and you get a table that seats 6 to 8, and it comes with 6 chairs. So you can have like your friends come and hang, and you've got your spot for the night. But
wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. So about how many people would you say on average come to an event?
I feel like on average last year, our numbers were probably on average around like 200, 150, something like that.
So is that pretty packed in here at that level?
No, that's enough people to where like the venue doesn't look empty, but there's still plenty of space to move around the venue. The way that this place is laid out is just kind of perfect. Like we couldn't have planned it any better ourselves. I mean, it was literally just meant to be what it is. I think
just walking around down there's a lot of room.
Yes. Yeah, our capacity is 600. We've gone like a little bit over that. We can add just a little bit with the tree house if we want to, but like I think like the most amount of people we've ever had here is like 650, 670 something.
Last year we were here during one of your busier nights, I think, and it still felt very intimate.
Because we're here for Town Mountain, right?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Yeah. That was such a fun show.
It was so fun.
I loved them.
And even though there were so many people here, it still felt very intimate.
Yes.
Like you didn't feel like you were smushed in a crowd.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
So when I walked in, it was like, wow.
Yeah. I never get tired of hearing people's first reactions, because it's like, man, like I knew this place was cool. You know, I'd seen pictures and all that, but it's always the same. It's like, but then I walked through the front gates and was like, oh my gosh, like this is it. You know, like this is what all the fuss is about.
Enchanted definitely comes to mind.
Oh my gosh, for sure.
Yeah, and you have the lights, you know, filtering through the trees.
Yes.
You have the campfires going. You have everyone's happy.
Yes.
You might have a doggo or two.
Yes, we love our doggos.
You know, you have music.
Yes.
All the time. So even, you know, before the show, you'll have music playing. And, you know.
You got to keep the vibes
it's
going.
It's very music-centric. Yeah.
We try to keep it that way. You know, I've always said that I wanted this place to be an extension of everybody's backyard. As I heard so many people saying, I wish I had this in my backyard. You know, I'm like, well, this could be your backyard for the night, you know. So I've really tried to, you know, maintain that mentality. And from the time that people walk through the front gates, you know, we want them to, you know, they're Grove fam from that point on. You know, that's I hold a lot of stock in that. You know, even though we have blood relatives, of course, in this world, that our families extend far beyond that. And the love and reception that we've gotten from the community since we started this is just, I mean, it's magic. There's no other word for it.
I think you hit the nail on the head with that, because that's what we felt. You know, and everyone we talked to, you know, we did a feature on you all with Kentucky Road Trips, of course.
Yes, thank you so much for
that. And everyone is just like, oh my gosh, we went, and it's so great, and they just can't say enough, right?
I love it.
And they want to come back, and they watch what your shows are, and they won't even necessarily know the artist, but it's like, I just want to be there.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like if you all have chosen them as an act for the night, or you know, a show, like they know it's going to be good. It's like they trust your all's opinions on, you know, who you want to pull in.
Well, for somebody like me that does what I do and is selecting the programming, like that is the highest possible praise that you could ever give me. And somebody else brought that to my attention last year. It was one of the people that was in the band. It was David from Mama Said String Band. I think they're fantastic. They play here every year. He was like, you know that like half of these people don't know who we are, right? I'm like, what are you talking about? You're a star. Like, people are here for you. And they're like, no, like they trust in what you all have built here, and they know that whenever they come to the Grove, they're gonna hear good music. It's like, oh my God. It's like it's amazing.
And I will say, like when we've come, we have, started listening to the bands prior to being here, of course, right?
I'm so glad you checked out Buffalo Wogs on the way in. Aren't they fun?
And on the way this morning, exactly, we were listening in. And so then it's a great, like, we're trusting you to introduce music into our playlist that we're going to listen to in our dailies. Right. So,
and it's pretty versatile too.
I try to keep it that way. Yeah. We obviously do a lot of the Americana, bluegrass, and folk because it's native to the area. We are in the bluegrass state, so, and I'm also, very passionate about, heritage and tradition and passing those music ways on to the next generation. And we have so many amazing young musicians that are taking interest in that genre of music. And I think that is just the best thing in the world. And if I can expose a kid to bluegrass at an early age, it's like they're going to grow up and tell that story. Like, my parents used to take me to this place called the Grove, and I used to stand right in front of the stage and dance,
watch that banjo play.
It's so powerful.
It is powerful.
That's like my favorite thing to do, is to just like sit and watch the kids' eyes light up because they're just so enamored by what's happening in front of them.
And making this a safe place for families to come and spend time outdoors. And, we, of course, always want to share all there is to do. Like, when people choose to come visit you are in quite an outdoor mecca, to continue the theme.
Very much so.
You've got Mammoth Cave National Park just a few miles to your west.
We love Mammoth
Cave. You've
got
Barren River Lake State Park just a few miles to your south.
Yes.
And then Barren County offers so many amazing things to do that they could build out an itinerary with some tickets to one of your shows.
Yes, absolutely. No, it's like you said, this is like an outdoor adventure mecca per se. And, I get people all the time that have never been to the area before, and they're like, where can I camp? Where can I stay? Like, what else is there to do for the area? I'm like, well, here's an entire list that has already been, so delicately put together by all the amazing, entities and attractions in the area. Like, we've got so much to offer for a small town in the regional area. It's crazy. All the surrounding counties too. It's just really cool.
Yeah, I really feel like the setting here and the atmosphere is really an extension of like Barren River Lake State Park and Mammoth Cave, because it's very outdoorsy.
Well, that just brings me joy, because both of those places are both places that I spent an extensive amount of time in whenever I was a kid. I grew up going to the fireworks at Barren River State Park Resort. And, of course, I've stomped through every trail Mammoth Cave has to offer. I grew up 10 minutes from the park, so I'm always very quick to say, please go to Mammoth Cave. Please go and support the park. It's always been something that's been really important to me.
Yeah. It's kind of, if you grow up here, it is, you kind of don't realize the amazing opportunities all around you. But you've tuned into that and helped create even one more, so that's really super special.
Well, they have done an incredible job putting all of this together. It's just, it's my hope and my job that I can, always bring things in here to, continue to facilitate that community that has blossomed here.
It really, I think you have created a community. I really do.
Oh, no doubt about it. It's like you keep seeing the same people over and over, and people are traveling from like Eastern Kentucky and Cincinnati and Indianapolis, and like, this is crazy. We've got this extended Grove family, just
Mhm.
like all over the place, and they're coming here because they love it.
You tapped into this a little bit, but the power of live music
Mm-hmm.
is really something that, people, I think we kind of lost our way, and people are starting to value that even more now,
Yes.
especially in an intimate outdoor atmosphere like this, like you've been able to create. Before we go, what else do you want people to know? Make sure we cover and make sure they know about a visit to the Grove.
Just welcome to your second home, pretty much. Like once you've been, like you all were saying earlier, it's kind of hard to stay away. I know that I had just like an immediate connection with this space, and it looked nothing like it did at the time whenever I first walked in. It's just a very, very special, unique thing, and I think that it filled a very much needed void in the community here. And we're really honored that people trust us to offer shows in this part of the state and think enough of us to buy a ticket and show up and support a local business.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Thank
Now,
you.
when they buy their ticket, what do they need to know about when they actually arrive? Pack a chair, unless you've reserved a table.
Right.
Pack a chair with you.
You can bring a chair, you can bring a blanket, you can bring a hammock, whatever you want. We allow outside food if you want to bring in food. If you don't like something that the food truck offers, I almost always have them set up like right outside the main gate, so it's super easy to access. You just get checked in at the gate. All of our tickets are online. You can purchase at the gate if, providing it's not sold out. But it's all super streamlined and easy. We try to keep it that way.
And everybody can find you all at
thegroveglasgow.com is
Okay.
our website. And then, of course, we do Facebook and Instagram as well.
Okay, great. Anything else you?
Well, I was going to mention the food, but I think you covered that as well.
Good.
Yeah. When we usually hit up your food trucks.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
We always encourage people to support the food trucks.
And they've been delicious.
good.
Yeah, really good.
So
Yeah, we love a good food truck, and
Yeah.
it's just another opportunity to support another local entity. So we
that's
love
true.
that
Small businesses. Yeah.
all the
So
way.
what's the one last question for me is what's the typical length of the evening? Like
Typically,
y'all try to shut it down at a certain time?
yes, we do have a residential area literally right there. So it's like we love our neighbors. Thank you so much for being patient with us.
Mhm.
But we try to shut that down at around 10 o'clock typically. Shows usually start at 7. Gates usually open at 6, sometimes a little bit earlier depending on what's going
So
on.
a good 3 hours of
Mhm.
music. Wonderful.
And I always encourage people to come and see the opening act. It's like,
yes, of
it's-
course.
it's like you might not know them, but you might leave with a new favorite band,
Right. Whole new addition to your playlist,
Yes,
right?
yeah,
So,
exactly.
well, thank you so much.
Thank
It's
you
been great
so much
talking
for
to you.
coming.
Beautiful
it's been
space.
Thank you.
Perfect spring day to
Yes.
talk about your new season that's coming up. And again, one last thing. When's your last show?
At the end of October,
So-
we'll run through
Okay,
the
so-
last weekend of October.
so
and then we
April through
renounce.
October.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
Thank you.